Man United's worst four players as Crystal Palace ruin Ralf Rangnick's last match. Ralf Rangnick's time as Manchester United ended on a low note with Crystal Palace beating them at Selhurst Park. Wilfried Zaha scored the only goal of the game for the Eagles to give them all 3 points. And it means the Red Devils' torrid season has finished in appropriate fashion. Manchester United went into Sunday's showdown with Palace knowing a win or draw would see them qualify for the Europa League. Yet while they lost in the capital, they still managed to sneak into the top 6 with West Ham failing to beat Brighton, with David Moyes' side instead losing 2-1. Zaha was the match winner for Palace, with the former United star scoring just before the interval to give his side the win. It was another flat and abject display from Rangnick's team, despite new boss Erik ten Hag watching on from the stands. So Express Sport will now take a look at their worst 4 performers as they endured yet another bad day at the office. Erik ten Hag, Man United's 25-man squad for next season with 6 signings. Bruno Fernandes hasn't been the same player for United this season compared to previous years. And he was poor against Palace, with the Portugal international sloppy in possession and uninspired in attack. Fernandes was given the job of being the club's main attacking threat with Cristiano Ronaldo, Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford all out of the game. Yet he gave the ball away for Zaha's goal, needlessly putting his side under pressure with a shambolic pass back. Fernandes will be a key player for Ten Hag, but must get back to his best if he's to get his mojo back, having been inconsistent all season long. Don't miss Ten Hag's 10 transfer targets at Man United explained. Anthony comments suggest Ten Hag reunion at Man United is possible. Man United have 5 players who can be amazing under Ten Hag. Rangnick has been happy with the attitude of Scott McTominay since he took over from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer earlier in the season. Yet the brutal truth of the matter is that, currently, the Scotland international is nowhere near good enough. McTominay was overrun by Palace's midfielders, cutting a frustrated and anonymous presence in the middle of the park. The United star has been mentioned as a player Ten Hag would like to keep at the club. But, based on the evidence of this performance, some are likely to feel the 52-year-old would be better off cutting McTominay loose instead. Think you know sport? Test your sporting knowledge with our tricky quiz. Ten Hag was in the stands for the match with Palace. And he was particularly unhappy with the display of Alex Telles, with the Dutchman seen shaking his head on numerous occasions. Telles arrived from Porto back in the summer transfer window of 2020, but, even with a string of displays under his belt, doesn't appear good enough. He offered precious little going forward, with his crosses often failing to find their target. And he looked vulnerable defensively too. Like McTominay, there are question marks over whether Telles is really cut out to play at this level. Want the latest football news? Join our brand new Facebook group by clicking here. Edinson Cavani has spent the majority of his second season at United choosing not to play due to injury concerns. When he was picked against Palace, the hope was he'd be able to fire the Red Devils to all 3 points in the capital. Yet Cavani, barring a scuffed first half shot, barely did anything of note. The Uruguay international will now leave United, with clubs from La Liga and South America keen on securing his signature. And it does appear as though Cavani tapped out some time ago. 2 goals, for a player of his immense talent, is nowhere near good enough this season.